You're listening to That Home Loan Hub. I'm Zibuni Salimova, here to make home loans and property investing simple, smart and stress-free. Let's get you closer to your property dreams. Welcome back to the episode of Kunj Cares. Hello, Kunj.
Kia ora, how are you?
Wonderful, thanks, Kunj. I've been thinking a lot about a few things lately. What's on your mind?
Well, we've had a influx of first home buyers, so I thought we should go back to basics and step through the process of first home buying.
Absolutely. I did like YouTube videos a few years ago. I have short hair there. You should look it up. But I broke it down into different steps. So I think we should do that through the next few episodes and cover off what happens when you buy a house.
Yes, absolutely. We should.
Awesome. So I want to buy a house, Kunj. Where do I start? What's my first step?
Well, you need an approval.
Oh, what is an approval? What does it mean?
So pre-approval is basically you providing your financial details, so like your income, your deposit, your dependents and your expenses and all that jazz. That gets all captured, collected with evidence to back up, what your income is, things like that. And then that information gets submitted to one of the lenders or one of the banks to get a pre-approval.
Mm-hmm. So do you actually look at people's numbers? Do we look at people's numbers?
Yes, absolutely. We
do.
We do. Yeah, we look at the numbers. We look at what you've got. We look at the possibilities, like your borrowing power, things like that. But it's, definitely get a pre-approval to see where you're at. Like even before the pre-approval, actually have a chat, a chat to an advisor to just understand your position.
Pre-assessment, I would say. So normally, the first step would be us doing a pre-assessment. We will look at your numbers. We will look at what's your current position, deposit, any debts you've got, what's your income, whether you're working full-time, part-time, you're a contractor, you're self-employed, and we will point you in the right direction, whether you're ready or not. Mm-hmm. So if we think you're ready, we will see if we can do a pre-approval for you with a lender, and then we take you through the next steps. So to just cover off, what are the pros of getting a pre-approval, Kunj?
Well, the pros is where you're at, where you can go hunting or shopping for a property.
What are the cons, you reckon?
The cons of a well, I guess it's the pre-approval lasts for 60 days or 90 days. So if you don't find anything in that time, then it expires, but there's always an option to extend that expiry date as well. So
if nothing changed in your situation, we can roll it over again for another 60 to 90 days, unless you're doing a build, and that's a completely different story. So we're going to cover that off at another time. But
that deserves its own little episode when you're doing a build.
Absolutely. But what I'm thinking of, the cons could be, and I've seen it time and time again, is when we sit down and we tell people, hey, you can actually get a house. The con for them is suddenly to realize, oh my God, I can. Yeah. I have to move. I actually have to pack, and I actually can make my dream come a reality. Yeah. So it's sort of a interesting one how people can suddenly get, reality check and realize that, yes, it is possible.
Yeah, actually, that's quite funny because last week we met with a first home buyer and we went through their numbers quite quickly, did a pre-assessment. At the moment, some banks are, wanting live deals if they're new to bank or they're not the existing customer. So we had this couple that came in, we met them, lovely couple, and we did some numbers and they were able to purchase an amount of, let's say, $650K or something like that. Then we also had a property that was on the top of our mind, and we kind of was like, hey, there's a property. So pretty much within, 2 hours of meeting us, they had already gone to have a look at a house. Unfortunately, that house wasn't suitable for them, so they didn't go through with it. But that's how quickly, from meeting an advisor to going to look at a house, So the clients were just like, I think in a bit of shock because they were like, okay, we just met you guys. Now we're going to meet the agent and seeing a house. But that's also, the power of seeing an advisor, seeing what their numbers are.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. So just to recap, we have talked about the pre-approvals and how to get one and what the steps will be. So tune in for the next episode that we're going to do on the next step, what happens after the pre-approval. Thanks, Kunch.
Thanks, team. Bye.
And that's a wrap on That Home Loan Hub. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join me next time for more property tips and tricks. Your next smart move starts here.